Good morning, Derby Universe, and welcome to the 2019 JRDA Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. I'm Tool Time, and I'll be joining you for this game as we have Capital City Derby going up against Sioux Falls Roller Derby. For Capital City, they'll be in white. We have number 00 Turtle, 02 Sea Daddy, number 13 Tiny, number 16 Slam Diesel, number 2 Slam Cakes, 22 No Name, number 3 and your captain Scarlett Davidson, number 32 Huckleberry, 449 Blitzy, 777 Kicking Kenzie, and number 9 iCarly. And for Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby, we have number 1 Speed Diva, number 12 Emma C. Hammer, number 128 Mo Wicked, number 13 Cherry Berry, number 17 Happy Gilmore, number 18 Hot Tamale, number 2 Mono Loco, number 200 and your captain Adra Emmeline, number 21 Jewel Blackheart, number 210 Squidinator, number 3 Babe Ruthless, number 58 Apex Predator, number 6 Red Fox, number 86 Death Ray, and number 975 Hermione Danger. We're just about ready to get started with the first game of the day. And again, we want to thank you for joining us. As far as announcers and everything else, as far as announcements, I'll be getting to that a little bit later, but we're just about ready, about 14 seconds to Derby time. And again, this is Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby, the number 10 seed coming into this tournament, going up against Capital City Derby, the number 7 seed. Jammers are taking the line. For white, it's Turtle. And it looks like Red Fox on the line for Sioux Falls. And we're off. Excellent hole on the outside, getting lead jam for Turtle. And Red Fox gets through, but gets a cut track. That's going to make this a power jam for Turtle and Capital City. Excellent wall just off of turn 2. Gets through, puts 3 on the board. And calls the jam. 11-0, Capital City lead. And for those of you joining us that are new to roller derby, we'll do a quick breakdown for you. The skaters in the back with the cover on their heads with the stars, those are the jammers and the ones that are scoring the points. The skaters that are in the pack with everyone else with the stripes on their helmet, those are the pivots, and they can take the jammer cover if necessary. And we had a power start, but now number 6 is back in, Red Fox. SoDak sending a blocker to the penalty box. Through the initial pass, but not lead. Calls the jam, and it looks like 4 points on the board for Capital City. Yes, and that is 4 points. And we have Blitzy for Capital City taking the line. Going against Mono Loco. Excellent blocking by both sides. Multiplayer call. That's going on Capital City, and a cut track That's going against SoDak. SoDak with 2 blockers in the penalty box. And SoDak with your first lead jam courtesy of Mona Loco. Finds a hole on the outside, scoots through. It looks like no points on that pass. All right, and we're off. Hole on the outside, lead jam for Turtle. Capital City doing a great job holding up SoDak's jammer off of line 1. 4 points on the board for Turtle. And Turtle will call it. No points on the board for SoDak attack. 4 points for Capital City. Holding SoDak attack at 0 after jam 4. Red Fox taking the line for SoDak attack. Still some excellent blocking on both sides. C. Diddy doing a good job holding up the jammer, but Red Fox with the lead jam for this back. Excellent block and a spin around. But a penalty gets called on Capital for a back block. That's going to make this a power jam for Red Fox. Four points on the board, courtesy of Red Fox. The first point SoDak attack has gotten this first game. Excellent block on the inside with the recycle. C. Diddy going to the penalty box for Capital. Calls the jam. Looks like 6 points on the board, courtesy of SoDak attack. We have Mona Loco taking the line for SoDak. Gonna enjoy a power start. The jammer standing for Capital City. And C. Diddy in the penalty box. And out of the penalty box and through the pack for your lead jam. Turtle gets through, putting 2 points on the board. And Kicking Kenzie taking the line for Capital City. Going against Happy Gilmore. And a jammer block. Holding up the jammer. And an excellent recycle by SoDak, holding up Capital City's jammer. But a cut track against SoDak's jammer, making this a power jam for Capital City. And for those of you that are new to roller derby, if you have any questions about what makes a back block, a cut track, blocking out of position, and all the other penalties, you can always go on to WFTDA to find information for our rule set. You'll also find all the other events that are coming up, such as the Continental Cups. You can find out more information about that as well as their host. And playoffs and championships will be coming up soon. You can find that out at WFTDA.com/tournaments. In the meantime, number 17 for SoDak Attack is through. Doesn't get any points, but another 2 points on the board for Capital City. Correction 3. And Blitzy taking the line for Capital City. Going up against Hot Tamale for SoDak Attack. Capital City down one blocker at the beginning of the jam. Current score is 24-6, Capital City. And Blitzy finds a hole on the inside, getting your lead jam. And still excellent blocking by both sides. To the information I have in front of me, this is the first time either team has played each other. So they're definitely figuring out how the other operates. An excellent recycle against SoDak Pack, holding up the jammer back to turn 2. Meanwhile, 4 points on the board for Blitzy. So those of you who are into roller derby, just a fun fact, this floor is polished concrete. So if you see skaters that are usually really solid, it's because this floor, again, is super polished concrete. And for those of us who have skated on it, it is pretty much just skating on glass with a nice layer of grease on top of it. So definitely see a lot of poisons and toxic wheels out here. Give you a little bit more control on a track like this. And if you like what you see so far, you can always follow us on social media. Twitter is at WFTDA, Instagram at WFTDA as well. And on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/WFTDA. And again, you can find more information about this if this is something you're interested in at WFTDA.com.
Hey, are we breathing? Are we worrying about us? Let's worry about us. Yeah. Guys, we still need to recycle better.
Timeout called by SoDak Attack. And if any of you hear the chant, fight like Caitlin from Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby, that is the name of one of their skaters who went by Jalapeno Pepper, who unfortunately is no longer with us because she was born with a heart condition. But her spirit and her determination with her league has definitely made an impression to where the fight like Caitlin chant is how Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby peps itself up, and we'll see how that works for them as we carry on. 32-8, Capital City with the lead. All right, and we're back. Both teams down one blocker at the start of the jam. Turtle on the line for Capital City, finding a hole on the outside again, getting your lead jam. Monoloco through the initial pass, but SoDak sending another blocker to the penalty box. 4 points put on the board by Capital City on that pass. Red Fox taking the line for SoDak attack. Kicking Kenzie taking the line for Capital City. And finds a hole on the outside again. Getting your lead jam. Excellent blocking by Capital City just off the line. This is the second jam that their jammers have been able to find a hole on the outside. A nice attempt at a block off of turn 2. Doesn't quite connect, and Kicking Kenzie puts 4 more on the board. Blitzy, number 449 for Capital City, taking the line. Mono Loco taking the line for SoDak attack. Just under 19 minutes left in this half. Both teams down 1 blocker at the start. Excellent blocking by SoDak attack just off the jammer line. Strong 3-person wall. And a bit of a race. SoDak with your lead jam with Blitzy right on their tail. Oh! Hot diggity daffodil with that. Calls it off, puts 4 points on the board. An excellent jump on that one. And Jammer shaking hands before they engage. Hermione Danger taking the line for Sioux Falls. Turtle up there again for Capital City.
I'm so excited to be here.
And the winner of this game today at 5 o'clock will be playing against Philly Roller Derby. At 1 o'clock, we'll have Tampa going up against Mob City. And at 1 o'clock, we'll have Attack Pack up against Des Moines. On track 1 right now, we have Raleigh going up against Cherry Bomb. Still plenty of roller derby left for today. All right, and we're back and ready to go. Current score is 42, Capital City. SoDak attack, 12. Capital down 2 blockers at the start of this jam. Doesn't hold up, Turtle gets through, but no lead jam. C. Diddy doing a great job holding the inside line for Capital City, and we have a cut track called on Turtle. That makes this a power jam. And another cut track called against Capital City. Hermione Danger doing some work. Excellent clear. Excellent clear by SoDak attack off the jammer line, getting their jammer through. Lead jam, Hermione Danger. And number 02 for Capital City going to the penalty box. Capital City with calling it off. But Capital City with 2 blockers in the penalty box, 1 standing at the beginning of the next jam as Mono Loco takes the line for SoDak attack. Going up against Kickin' Kenzie. Kicking Kenzie trying to do some work on that line, but gets a cut track, making this a power jam for SoDak attack. Mono Loco with your lead jam. Excellent block just off of turn 2. 3-person wall. Excellent reform just off of turn 3. Number 128 for SoDak attack, doing a great job breaking up walls. That's Mo Wicked. Finds a hole, puts 4 on the board before the whistle's called. 4 points for SoDak attack. 46-20, Capital City's lead so far. We have a possible timeout about to be called by Capital City. Capital City calls the timeout. And for those who are still interested in more roller derby, WFTDA still has 3,000 tickets left for the 2019 championships live in Montreal, November 15th through 17th. So don't forget to get your tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. All right, we're ready to get started. Kicking Kenzie taking the line. Going up against number 7 Saints for SoDak attack. That's Happy Kilmore. Both teams at full strength at the beginning of this jam. And Kenzie trying to make something happen on the inside line, gets recycled. But Happy Kilmore still fighting through, gets your lead jam for SoDak attack. Kenzie still trying to get past turn 1, gets through. As Happy Kilmore re-engages with the pack. Kilmore calls it, 3 points on the board for SoDak attack. Excellent jam. 14 minutes left in this half. Current score is 23-46, Capital City. But SoDak is putting points on the board and holding Capital City very well. We have Blitzy on the line for Capital City. Number 6 for SoDak attack, Red Fox. Both teams at full strength. A good recycle by number 13 for SoDak. That's Cherry Berry. And SoDak attack with your lead jam. Red Fox almost finds a hole on the outside, gets held up. Still excellent one-on-one blocking, but amazing 3-person walls being thrown up. And that's 4 points on the board for SoDak, courtesy of Red Fox, holding Capital City at no points. Turtle taking the line for Capital City, going against Mona Loco. And Turtle powering through, gets your lead jam for Capital City. And that's 1 point on the board for Capital. 5 points total for Capital City, 51-27. Capital City still holding that lead. Hot Tamale taking the line for SoDak. Kicking Kenzie on the line for Capital City. And finds that hole on the inside, getting your lead jam. Hot Tamale still trying to find a hole. And there is a pile up just before turn 2. Excellent recycle. It looked like number 17, Happy Kilmore, from here. C. Diddy going to the penalty box. And Capital City sending another blocker to the penalty box. Looks like 3 points on the board for Capital City on that jam. Monoloco taking the line again for SoDak attack. Blitzy taking the line for Capital City. Capital with just the 2 blockers out there. Gets powered through by Monoloco. SoDak with the excellent recycle by 128. Mo Wicked through the pack. 4 points on the board for SoDak attack. And Capital City with their jammer in the penalty box, making this a power jam. Capital City's blockers back in. And a high block called on C. Diddy for Capital City. And 4 more points on the board for Monoloco. 12-point jam. And they will call it, giving SoDak attack the power start at the beginning of the next jam. Big jam for SoDak attack. Just over 9 minutes left in this half. Blitzy and Red Fox going against each other. Red Fox, with the fancy spin on the inside of turn 2, gets your lead jam. Blitzy through the initial pass. Fancy spin off of turn 3. Gets through and puts 3 points on the board. Current score is 54-42. 12-point difference with 8 minutes left in the jam. Turtle taking the line. Going up against number 13, Cherry Berry. Lead jam goes to Capital City. Cherry Berry through the initial pass. Turtle gets through the pass, puts 4 on the board and calls it. Slam Diesel on the line for Capital City. Going against number 17, Happy Kilmore. Both teams at full strength on blockers. Oh, and Diesel finds a hole on the inside with the spinny spin, getting your lead jam. But Happy Gilmore, hot on their heels, slides in on the inside of turn one, putting 2 on the board for Capital City. Red Fox on the line for SoDak attack. Litzy on the line for Capital City. Both teams at full strength on blockers. And Capital City with your lead jam, courtesy of Blitzy. Red Fox still trying to make something happen, but the lateral movements from Capital City are definitely making this difficult. Four points put on the board for Capital City. Turtle on the line for Capital City going against Mona Loco. And finds a hole on the inside, getting your lead jam. Excellent recycle by Capital City on Mona Loco. Oh, and then that happens. Gets through. 3 points on the board. SoDak attack, sending a blocker to the penalty box. And 4 points on the board for Turtle. Cut track called on Mona Loco, making this a power jam for Capital City on the next one. Timeout being called by SoDak attack. And if any of you are interested in the WFTDA postseason, August 9th through 11th, WFTDA Continental Cup North America West will be taking place in Orem, Utah, hosted by the Happy Valley Derby Darlings. August 23rd through 25th, Continental Cup North America East. They'll be taking place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And the international WFTDA playoffs will start September 6th and 8th. That'll be in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, hosted by the Greensboro Roller Derby. And on the 13th and the 15th in Seattle, Washington, we have the international WFTDA playoffs being hosted by Rat City Roller Derby. The Continental Cup in Europe will be taking place in Helsinki, Finland. And then the International WFTDA Championships, as I said, November 15th through 17th. That'll be taking place in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Huckleberry on the line for Capital City now as we get started. SoDak with a full penalty box. Oh, with the fancy spin, but was it legal? Not quite, but it was still pretty. Cut track called on Capital City Jammer. And that releases SoDak's Jammer, giving them a power jam for now. We will be going the whole 2 minutes on this one. Excellent blocking, little apex jump by Mona Loco through the initial pass. Jammer back in for Capital City as Loco re-engages, gets taken out on the outside of turn 3. High block called on number 3 for Capital City on that one. And a back block called against Capital City's Jammer, making this a power jam again. Capital City doing a lot of excellent one-on-one blocking. Excellent swipe by number 16, Slam Diesel. And we do have a successful cover pass off to number 21, Jewel Blackheart. Jammer back in for Capital City, meets a strong 4-person wall off of turn 4. 3 points on the board for Capital City on that one. 4 total for SoDak attack. Just over 2 minutes left in this half. May have an official review being called by Capital City. And so we do. Again, we want to thank you for joining us at the 2019 JRDA Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. We still have plenty more games going on today. On track 1, we have Raleigh against Cherry Bomb. At 1 o'clock on track 1, we'll have Attack Pack versus Des Moines. Here on track 2 at 1 o'clock, we'll have Tampa going up against Mob City. And the winner of today's game here on track 2 at 5 o'clock will be going up against Philly Roller Derby, the number 2 seed for this tournament in the open division.
We will love you in adult derby.
All right, and we're ready to get started again. Capital City was looking for a high block to be assessed. No call. It will stand. Right now we have Blitzy going against Red Fox. And doing some work, SoDak attack hits your lead jam, courtesy of Red Fox. Excellent block just off of turn 2, holding up Blitzy.
I heard him as he was announcing it, and I just ran through it. Thank you, though.
Picks up 4 points on that pass. 3 points.
4 points on that pack for SoDak attack. Hermione Danger taking the line for SoDak attack. Turtle on the line for Capital City. 1 minute left on the period clock, 2 on the jammer clock. And Ghost Blocker makes an appearance just off a turn 4 against Turtle. So some additional information. And before I say that, Hermione Danger is going to the penalty box, making this a power jam for Turtle. But just more information. The period clock can expire. And then we will be solely on the jam time. So we could go the whole 2 minutes on this one with Turtle having the lead jam. And for those unfamiliar with Ghost Blocker, that is the term that we give to skaters, both on the track, the refs, NSOs, and everyone else involved in roller derby. When you trip for no obvious reason, that's Ghost Blocker getting you. So, that's a thing you know now. And calls the jam just before SoDak attack and engage. 16-point jam for Capital City, and we are at halftime. An excellent game so far. Capital City 93 to SoDak's 50. SoDak has been gaining some momentum, and we'll see what changes during halftime. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here at JRDA Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. Right now we have Foco taking the track to warm up. They'll be playing later. And I'm Tool Time, and I'll be back with you in just under 15 minutes. As far as the game today, we've had an excellent game. SoDak doing a great job putting points on the board. Capital City doing a good job holding their lead, getting a couple of big jams. We haven't had too many big jams. If I recall correctly, the biggest one I think we've had today was a 16-point jam by SoDak Attack, and I think a 12-point attack by Capital City. As far as penalties, which honestly do affect a lot of the second half, we've got a couple of skaters for Capital City on their 4th penalties. One that's on their 5th, so 2 more, and that's the game for that skater. Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby, SoDak Attack, still keeping everything pretty good. We've got one that just had one skater with only 3 penalties, a couple more with a single penalty. So as far as penalties go, they're looking pretty good. In the second half, especially once fatigue sets in, and the penalties start adding up, you can lose some skaters, and that can definitely change the outcome. So the second half should be a good one as we're about ready to get started. We have number 6 on the line for SoDak Attack, Red Fox, going up against Turtle. Both teams at full strength, and Turtle powers through, gets your lead jam. Four points on the board for Turtle. Capital sending number 9 to the penalty box for a back block. Turtle preparing to call it off as Red Fox is to engage. 4 points for Capital City on that jam, breaking the century mark. Capital City at 101 to SoDak Attacks 50. Capital City will be starting with 1 blocker in the penalty box at the beginning. It looks like Babe Ruthless on the line for SoDak. Go up against Kicking Kenzie. And big hits. Lead jam going to Capital City. Initial pass completed by Babe Ruthless. Kenzie through, putting 4 more points on the board, getting the sign to call it. No points on the board for SoDak Attack on that pass. 4 for Capital City. Blitzy taking the line for Capital City, going up against number 13, Cherry Berry. Excellent recycling by Capital City off of the jammer line, but SoDak returning the favor in kind, sending one of their pivots to the penalty box. So Capital City's Blitzy gets your lead jam. Oh! Big hit just off of there. Looked like a direction call. Nope, that gets overturned by the inside jammer ref. Keeps them in play. And Capital calls it, putting 4 more points on the board. Turtle taking the line for Capital against Mono Loco. SoDak down 2 blockers at the start of this jam, but their pivot is standing. And we've seen Turtle with excellent lateral movement, powers through, and with a couple of spins, gets through. No lead jam, but has completed the initial pass. And just because you don't have the lead jam doesn't mean you can't score points. Gets through, putting 4 on the board. Still waiting for Mona Loco to power through to get your lead. If she gets lead, then she can call it and stop the points from the other side. Does so. 2 more points on the board for Turtle. Capital City holding SoDak at 50 the last 4 jams. Jewel Blackheart taking the line for SoDak, going up against Kickin' Kenzie. Excellent lateral blocking on both sides. And Capital City with your lead jam. And Capital City sending a blocker to the penalty box. 4 points on the board for Capital City as she calls it. Blitzy taking the line for Capital City. Going against Happy Kilmore for SoDak attack. Both teams down 1 blocker at the start of the jam. C. Diddy doing some work against SoDak's jammer, but SoDak gets your lead jam, courtesy of Happy Kilmore. Oh, big hit on the inside, having to recycle. Excellent work by Capital, taking her back behind turn 1. Four more points, courtesy of Happy Kilmore.
First point of the half for SoDak. Happy Kilmore again trying the middle lock.
2 points on that pass. C. Diddy going to the penalty box. Still no points on the board for Capital City as 1 more pass is done. Coaches say keep going. SoDak with the blocks just off of turn 3. Heard a whistle blow, and Mo Wicked going to the penalty box. And another SoDak attack going to the penalty box. C. Diddy for Capital City standing. And Happy Gilmore gets through, putting 4 on the board. An excellent jam by SoDak attack. 13 points on the board. 4 on the board for Capital City. Turtle takes the line for Capital City, going up against number 6, Red Fox for SoDak attack. SoDak down 2 blockers at the start of this, and Turtle taking full advantage of it. Turtle this entire game has been with excellent leg movement, finding the holes on the inside and outside, and once he gets a little bit of space, he just takes off. And just rolls off that. Oh, gets a penalty. Illegal contact. That's going to make this a power jam for Red Fox, who is through the initial pass.
Red Fox has a power jam.
Yes, and we've got a 2-minute jam as well. Fox on the tightrope, tiptoeing up the inside to grab 4 points.
Excellent block on the outside of turn 4, recycling Red Fox. Turtle still doing some work. It looks like a high block call on Turtle. That's going to keep this a power jam for Red Fox. Oh, excellent block by Huckleberry. Holding up Red Fox. And Turtle back in play, powers through, getting 4 on the board. An excellent recycle by Capital City, holding the score. 4 points on the board for SoDak attack.
Just under 20 minutes to go in the game.
Kicking Kenzie on the line. Going against Mona Loco. Excellent recycle by SoDak, holding up Kinsey behind the jammer line. Loco, a strong 3-person wall just off of turn 2. And that's C. Diddy holding the outside. Powers through to get your lead jam for SoDak attack. Attempted spin on the outside, gets recycled, calls it. Looks like no points on that jam. Nope, correction, 3 points on the board for SoDak attack. And No Name taking the line for Capital. First time I've seen them out there today. Going against Happy Gilmore. Both teams down 1 blocker, but these strong 3-person walls are definitely holding strong as SoDak takes back the jammer behind the jammer line. And Capital is through, but no lead jam given. And a cut track called on SoDak attack, making this a power jam for No Name. Big, strong block on number 21. Unfortunately, wasn't legal. It was a direction. That's going to send SoDak's blocker to the penalty box as SoDak's Happy Gilmore is back on the line. Goes into the wall, but gets a back block right off the line, keeping this a power jam for No Name. Never mind, it will be a power jam for No Name once she is released from the penalty box. Standing and in. 28 seconds in this jam. No points on the board for either side so far. Both teams still doing excellent blocking. SoDak trying to make something happen off of turn 3, but that's the jam. Capital putting 4 on the board. SoDak put no score on that jam, but still hard-fought jam all around. Just under 16 and a half minutes left in this half. Current score is 131 to 74. Kicking Kenzie taking the line for Capital, going up against number 13, Cherry Berry. Good recycle on Kicking Kenzie. And Cherry Berry with your lead jam. Oh, with the fancy move on the inside, just off of turn 2, puts 4 on the board. Cherry Berry still trying to get something to happen, calls it. 4 points on the board for Cherry Berry on that one. Timeout being called. SoDak Attack calling the timeout. We want to thank our other sponsors here, S1 Helmets. We want to thank Strong Athletic. It's a Derby-owned business that supports athletes, especially roller derby athletes. You can find all kinds of great stuff both here at Loveland, Colorado, as well as online. We also have Skate Rats here, one of the best specialty skate shops around. And we have Gold Medal Ideas. They'll be selling the JRDA merchandise for this event, and they'll also offer customized clothing. And they've been coming to JRDA champs for years and absolutely love the juniors, and we definitely like having them here because with the custom apparel, we can get our names put on the back of it. All right, just over 15 minutes left in this game. 135 to 78, Capital City's lead. Turtle taking the line. And it looks like Mono Loco, yes, taking the line for SoDak. Both teams down 1 blocker at the start of this jam. Illegal contact called on Mono Loco, making this a power jam. Powers through, 4 points on the board. Excellent lateral movement by number 200, recycling Turtle. Number 200, your team captain, Adrema Emmeline. Another penalty against SoDak. And C. Diddy going to the penalty box again. I'm interested to see how these penalties are going to take shape as we keep going on in this period. Because some of them are getting kind of close to getting taken out. And a 16-point jam by Capital City, the highest jam this half, matching the highest jam of the game so far. Kicking Kenzie on the line for Capital City.
That gives Kenzie a power start. We got 13 minutes to go in the game. And Capital City in the lead jammer.
Smooth little move right off a turn, too. 4 points on the board for Kenzie. And just from the booth here, it looks like C. Diddy is gearing down, so that may be the last we'll see of him for this game. In fact, looking at it, yes, that is 7, so he is out for this game. One of the big heavy hitters and blockers for this game. Excellent blocking by Capital. Scarlett Davidson holding up. And Mona Loco threw the initial pass. Enjoying a power jam. But Kenzie now back in play. Excellent recycling by both sides. Tries to call it off, but doesn't have lead. Tries to get the apex jump, but gets recycled again. Number 2 for Capital City going to the penalty box for a forearm play. 7 points on the board for Capital City, correction 8. And 3 points on the board for SoDak attack. Red Fox and Blitzy getting recycled way back behind turn 4. Excellent recycle. No pass, no penalty called though. 4 points on the board on that pass. And Blitzy taking off the cover. And we have a successful cover pass off to number 22. That's No Name. 4 more points on the board for SoDak. 12-point jam. The biggest one for SoDak attack this half. SoDak sending a blocker to the penalty box. Uncle Barry going to the penalty box. as SoDak powers through for another 4 points. That is a 16-point jam and matches Capital City's high for this period.
No pain. Ooh, no pain is on the ground.
Slides in another 4-point, 20-point jam, and SoDak attack breaks the century mark, 159 to 101. Big jam by SoDak attack. SoDak's fan section definitely pleased with the outcome of that jam. Little over 8 minutes left in this half. Turtle taking the line for Capital. Official timeout being called. And for those interested in the season combo pass for WFTDA for the playoffs and all postseason, the password for that is WFTDA Roby-Doby. And the WFTDA is capitalized, R is capitalized, and the D is capitalized. So again, that's WFTDA, capital R, lowercase OBY, capital D, lowercase OBY. So you could save money on your season pass going through that. With all the postseason tournaments taking place, all culminating for the November 15th through 17th International WFTDA Championships taking place in Montreal, Canada.
One more run through of our officials because it is an official timeout. So in honor of those officials, they are Dufort, TBD, Bottomless Prime, Papa Payne, Zookeeper, Soprano Singer, Zombie Ears, Improbable, Pterodactyl, Stone Nasty, Rockstar, Dilligaff, Ninja, Genus, I'm probably mispronouncing it. There you go. Scooby-Doo, Honey Badger, and Kill a Key. All right, one more notice for the code of conduct. We mentioned the profanity and other things. One other part of the code of conduct, please refrain from coaching the skaters unless you are serving as a JRDA lead coach and coaching the whole team.
So the official timeout is just a clarifying of a code of conduct. And JRDA as well as WFTDA have very strict codes of conduct for not only the skaters and officials, but as well as the fans in the facility. Always want to keep it clean, especially when we're dealing with juniors.
First showing at JRDA. It's great. Love junior roller derby. I love that we have more open division leagues. Seeing our peers, kiddos, male and female, playing against each other is pretty fantastic.
Winner of this game moves on to play Philly at 5 p.m. So you'll have a few hours to rest up.
All right, and we're back. Turtle going up against Babe Ruthless. And right off the bat, Turtle going to the penalty box, making this a power jam for Babe Ruthless. Capital with the blocker in the penalty box. And Babe finding a hole on the inside, putting 4 points on the board. Turtle standing in the penalty box, ready to get back in. SoDak again finds a hole on the inside, gets 4 points. 8 points total for SoDak on this jam, courtesy of Babe Ruthless. Turtle is back and engaging in the pack. Has completed the initial. And Babe calls it, puts 4 on the board. 12-point jam for Babe Ruthless. SoDak Attack 113 to Capital Cities 163. Just under 7 minutes left in this half. Kick and Kenzie taking the line for Capital. Going up against 200. Adrenaline. SoDak down 1 blocker at the start of this jam with the fancy spin. Kenzie gets through for your lead. And SoDak sending a blocker to the penalty box for what looked like a low block. Oh, little trip over there. Low block penalty gets called to number 16. But Adrenaline going to the penalty box, making this a power jam. Nope, never mind. Kicking Kenzie going to the penalty box too. Once they sit down, that releases the other jammer. And Adrenaline will enjoy a power jam for a little bit. Kicking Kenzie standing in the penalty box and is back on track. And a cut track called on Adrenaline. Keeping this a power jam for Kicking Kenzie. And a cut track called on SoDak's attack blocker. A blocker for Capital City in the penalty box. Powers through, puts 4 on the board. 12-point jam so far for Capital City. 175, 113, SoDak Attack. Under 5 minutes left in the game. Red Fox taking the line for SoDak Attack, going up against Blitzy. Both teams at full strength at the start of the jam. SoDak sending a blocker to the penalty box. Excellent recycle by SoDak off of turn 3. And Red Fox powering through just off of turn 3. Gets your lead jam for SoDak Attack. Some good blocking just off of turn 2. Cut track called on SoDak. Number 128, Bo Wicked. And we have a successful cover pass for Capital off to Scarlett Davidson. Scarlett kept finding a way through on the outside. getting 4 on the board.
The announcers are making up rules. We develop policy. It's actually what we do in 2 gyms.
7-8 jam on that one. SoDak scoring the extra points. 121 SoDak attack against Capital City at 182. Slam Diesel taking the line for Capital City against Mono Loco. An excellent recycle by Kickin' Kenzie. And yes, Slam Diesel with your lead jam. Pile up just off of turn 2. 2 points on the board for SoDak attack. 1 point for Capital City. Last minute of the game.
Speaking of aging out skaters, Apex Predator, number 58, is aging out this year. Loves to travel. One of the cool things, once got beat jammer and scored points when DCM on her birthday, which is pretty bad.
That's a solid birthday present.
That's what I'm talking about.
Turtle powers through, getting your lead jam.
Squidnator up for our buddies SoDak attack.
Squidinator, first time I believe I've seen them with the jammer cover on. Powers through but gets a forearm. That's good to make this a power jam for Capital City. Excellent blocking by SoDak. Turtle powering through. And the period clock is done. We are now just on the jam time. And Capital City calls it. Unofficial score, 187 to 123, Capital City. An excellent game all around. And again, be sure to stick with us because we still have plenty more Derby coming up. Unofficially, Capital City will be going up against Philly today at 5 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we have Tampa going against Mob City. And on track 2 for the female division, track 1, we have Kalamazoo going up against Queen City. And FOCO going up against Rocky Mountain, so you definitely be sure to stay tuned for that. And later on today, we still have so much more to go on. But again, we want to thank you for joining us here at JRDA Champs in Loveland, Colorado. I'm Tool Time, and I will see you next time.